Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are kicking off a series on the foundational concepts of information security. And there's no better way or better place to start than the CIA Triad. Now, before everyone gets excited, no, we are not talking about the Central Intelligence Agency. In InfoSec, CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three principles are basically the backbone of every security decision that you'll ever make. So, if you only remember one framework from this entire course, make it this one. Let's break down each one. First, confidentiality. This is the idea that information should only be accessible to the people who are authorized to see it. Think about your medical records, your bank statements, or company's trade secrets. Confidentiality is what keeps that information away from prying eyes. In practice, this is enforced through things like encryption, access controls, and authentication. We'll cover all of those in later videos, so don't worry about the details right now. Just remember, confidentiality equals keeping secrets secret. Second, integrity. This one's about trustworthiness of data. Integrity means that information hasn't been altered or tampered with in an unauthorized way, or just as importantly, that you can verify it hasn't been altered. Imagine transferring money online and halfway through the transaction, someone changes the destination account number. That's an integrity violation. Tools like hashing and checksums exist specifically to detect this kind of tampering. So while confidentiality is about who can see the data, integrity is about whether you can trust that the data is accurate and unchanged. Availability. This is the idea that information and systems need to be accessible to authorized users when they need them. It doesn't matter how confidential or accurate your data is if nobody can actually get to it when it's needed. This is why companies invest in things like redundant servers, backup power, and protection against denial of service attacks, all of which we'll dig into later. A hospital's patient records being locked up during an emergency because of a system outage. That's a textbook availability failure. And in that context, it's not just inconvenient, it can be life threatening. Now, there's something a lot of students miss. These three principles don't just coexist peacefully, they are often in tension with each other. Let me give you an example. If you want maximum confidentiality, you may lock data behind 5 different authentication steps. But now you've heard availability because legitimate users are struggling to get what they need in a reasonable amount of time. Security professionals are constantly balancing these three, and that balancing act is really at the heart of most real world security decisions. This is your perfect answer. Just trade offs based on what matters most for that specific system or organization. Here's an analogy that might help this stay. Think about a personal diary. Confidentiality is the lock on that diary. Only you have the key. Integrity is the fact that only you can write in it. So, what's written is a true account of your thoughts. And availability is being able to grab that diary and open it whenever you want to write in it or read back through it. Take away any of those three, and the diary stops doing its job. If someone else can write in it, you can't trust it. If you can't access it, it's useless to you, even if it's perfectly secure. If anybody can read it, your private thoughts aren't private anymore. One quick note for those of you prepping for exams like the Security Plus, You will sometimes see the CIA triad extended with additional concepts like non repudiation, or you'll hear about some other concept which adds to a few more elements to this model. We'll cover it in the next video. So be on the lookout for it. But for now, CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability is your foundation. Every control, every policy, every technology we talk about for the rest of this course ties back to protecting one or more of these three things. So before you move on, here's a quick mental exercise. Next time you use an app or a website, ask yourself, what's protecting the confidentiality of my data here? What ensures integrity? And what happens if this service goes down? How does that affect availability? Once you start seeing the world through these lenses, the rest of information security starts falling into place a lot more naturally. That's it for the CIA triad. In the next video, we are going to build on this with non-repudiation. So this makes sense. That one will take even faster. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.